Hi, parents and guardians. My name is Miranda, and I've been an early childhood educator for over 10 years. And in those years, I get often asked the same questions. In this playlist, I'll be answering some of those common questions parents and guardians have asked me over the years. As my background is daycare life, I have tips and tricks based on my experiences as an ECE, not as a parent at home. For today's tips and tricks from an ECE, I will be talking about potty training. This will consist of two questions. The first question is my child ready for potty training? And the second question is, how do I go about doing it? Is my child ready for potty training? This is such a common question. Some key signs your child may be ready for potty training include, but are not limited to, dry for long periods of time. So if your child is able to go an hour or more without having a wet diaper, this means that they are starting to have control over their bladders and their bodily functions and are starting to understand when they are needing to go to the bathroom. Having this bodily awareness of when they need to use the bathroom is essential in potty training. Number 2, shows interest in the potty. If your child is interested in the toilet, it is essential to foster that curiosity and that excitement. Make it fun, make it special to sit on the potty. This is a big moment for them, and it needs to be addressed that way. There's a window of time when your child starts showing interest in the potty and when you can make it fun and exciting for them. And I've seen lots of parents who ignore that window of excitement and curiosity in favor of their own schedule. And then when they start wanting to potty train, their child's no longer interested, and it makes it very difficult. When you see interest in your child, make sure to jump on it. Number 3, has enough vocabulary to communicate when they need to use the bathroom. This doesn't have to be just verbal. This can be sign language, or if your child is using an augmentative and alternative communication app, just as long as they're able to communicate when they need to use the bathroom. This is when things can differ between home life and daycare life. Most daycares, I can't speak for all, but most daycares' bathrooms are not necessarily in the same space that the main playroom is in. This means that the child cannot just go to the bathroom when they need to, like at home. If you have a little potty in the living room that the child can just go and sit on as soon as they feel that little, oh, I need to go pee. This means the child needs to be able to communicate to their educators when that feeling arises. Communication skills go both ways too. The child needs to be able to understand the question when asked if they need to use the bathroom. So if your child can communicate when they need to go to the bathroom, that's great. But if an educator asks them, do you need to go to the bathroom before we go outside? And they don't understand the question, that's also where things can break down. Number 4, can pull up and down their own pants. Children can start potty training without this skill set, but it is very important to encourage the self-help skills. Pulling up and down their own pants is very much a part of the potty training process. Using this as an indicator for potty training readiness shows that your child has the self-help skills that are indicative of potty training. Number 5, shows discomfort when in a dirty diaper. Another clear sign of potty training readiness is when your child starts to show discomfort when in a dirty diaper. This shows that your child has bodily awareness, which is a great indicator for potty training. If your child is uncomfortable in a dirty diaper, giving them an area where they can go to the bathroom, the toilet, or their potty, where they won't have that feeling is a great way to start potty training. You don't like that feeling of having a dirty diaper? Here's the toilet. You won't have that feeling. Now that we know when your child is ready for potty training, how do we go about doing that? There are so many books out there on how to do potty training and articles and videos. It can be really overwhelming. My advice would be to find something that speaks to your values and cultural beliefs and go from there. At daycare, I personally follow the practice of constant bathroom breaks. So I would set an alarm on my phone or my watch, and every half hour to 45 minutes, we go back to the bathroom and offer the chance to sit on the potty. This time can get slowly pushed back further and further as the child succeeds in their potty training journey. It is also important to give the child the choice. We never force a child to sit on the toilet. We want to create a fun and exciting experience. Being forced onto the toilet definitely does not create those fun and exciting feelings. Many parents find a treat reward-based potty training strategy works for them at home. This does not work at daycare, as daycares based on licensing cannot withhold food. So often daycares will substitute that treat for a sticker and create like a potty chart. And what a great way to work on those fine motor skills of peeling the sticker off and putting it on their potty chart and being able to take that potty chart home to show mom and dad when it's full. It creates really good feelings. Regardless on what method you choose, we want to make sure the bathroom is fun and exciting. When the bathroom starts to become a chore or something that takes the child away from a fun activity, that's when we can start to see children refusing and that breakdown in the potty training process. One thing I find that is a struggle between home potty training and daycare is the use of pull-ups versus underwear. Many daycares have strict policies regarding their potty training. I have seen many different kinds of policies over my career. For example, one of them stated that a child needed to be accident-free in pull-ups for a week before they were allowed to transition into underwear at the center. This can be really difficult because pull-ups, when wet, feel a lot like diapers, and many children will feel uncomfortable in wet underwear but won't notice a difference in a pull-up. So if a child has wet underwear in one hand, they'll feel uncomfortable because there's no absorbent in underwear. It goes down their pants, it gets cold, it's uncomfortable, and they want to get changed. It's not a good feeling. But if they're in a pull-up, it just gets absorbed and they can continue playing. This is when having a conversation with your daycare educators and seeing if a middle ground can't be reached. If your child is one of those ones that hates the feeling of wet underwear but could stay all day in their wet diaper and not seem to mind at all. Parents should also understand where daycare's educators are coming from in regards to their policies. Accidents, in the end, are a health and safety issue. Educators cannot be pulled off the floor to change soiled clothing all day due to accidents while leaving the rest of the children in improper supervision ratios. The accident itself creates a biohazard for other children and staff. A lot of children will have a big pee accident and there'll be a puddle on the floor, and other children could walk through it before educators realize that there has been an accident and get it cleaned up in time. This is why some of the policies at daycare can be so strict. My biggest piece of advice for parents and guardians that are starting to take this really fun and exciting journey of potty training is to be patient. Be very patient with yourself and your child, as there will be accidents, there will be setbacks, but you'll get there. Thanks for joining me on my very first tips and tricks. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye.